What is up, builders? Today we're doing a tour of the Lego lair. This is going to be a two-part video series because I put everything into Final Cut Pro and it was over 35 minutes long. So I shortened everything down as much as I could and it was still over 20 minutes. So I was like, okay, we're doing two videos. The first one is going to be my minifigures and my backlog, and then the second one is going to be all of the sets. Right now you're watching the set collection video. If you go down to the description, you'll find the link to the minifigure and backlog video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So as you walk into the Lego lair, the first thing that you'll see is this table right here. I like to use folding tables. I think it's just easier. It's easier to move them around. You can also adjust the height level, so I'm doing that a lot. But this right here is a mock that I'm working on. I basically took Vader's castle and I'm making it twice as big. So that is something that I'm working on right now, very slowly but surely, and it's part of a idea for a much larger mock, which is something to do with that. So I'll leave it at that for right now. Also, I got my 313 hat because I'm from Detroit, so 313 represent. These two shelves are basically sets that we have started to put together and just need to find the rest of the pieces, we being myself and my dad. It's kind of the hobby that we work on together. We got the original AT-AT, the original Millennium Falcon, the OG TIE Interceptor, UCS TIE Interceptor, and then just some smaller sets. You know, the AT-RT, the Geonosian Starfighter, there's a castle here, Sandcrawler, Luke's original Land Speeder, the original AT-ST in just a couple parts there, Tri-Fighter, original X-Wing, Imperial Dropship, stuff like that, and then some Harry Potter sets down here and random stuff at the bottom. And then turning around, this table is like the creme de la creme of the Lego lair. So we're gonna wait on this, and it's funny just seeing this on screen, how much gray is on this table. So we're gonna wait to go through this. We're gonna head over here. This is my clone section. So I've got two ATTEs. This is the newest version, and then this is the version from 2008, a Republic gunship. And then I actually have all three of the turbo tanks. So this is the original one, and then I think this is the second one that came out, and then the third one. Republic frigate, we've got two swamp speeders, and then another ATTE from 2008. And then down here, we got like a bunch of boxes and stuff, but this is a TIE Striker on top of a friend's Central Perk. And then if you turn around, you know, you got some snow speeders here, two Bad Batch shuttles, two Imperial shuttles, and then over here, these are all of my TIE ships that I have. Well, not all of them, but most of them. So you got TIE Interceptor, the new TIE Bomber, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, TIE Advance prototype, and then TIE Fighters in the back. This shelf is like Mustafar. So we've got two of the Mustafar battles and then two of the Ultimate Lightsaber duels. And then this ship, I have no idea. Again, this was something, I know it's a Star Wars ship, but I forget what it's called. I got that in like a collection that I bought. And then up here, for the most part, it's just the battle pack builds. This is obviously from episode 2. This is the speeder that Anakin takes. AT-ST, and it's not London Bridge, Tower Bridge. And then down here, these are not all, but probably 95% of the directions that I have. So these are the sacred Jedi texts. And then another TIE Fighter as well as a Mandalorian Starfighter there. So then this shelf over here, there's a little bit of method to the madness, a little bit of organization. Starting off at the bottom, we've got two of the Gungan subs, the original and then the newer version, as well as two A-Wings and then General Grievous's starship. And then Moff Gideon's light cruiser and a TIE Striker. And then this is kind of the like play scale version of the Tantive 4, as well as one of the Y-Wings. I know that I have two. I'm not sure if that is the newer one or the older one. I'm pretty sure it's the older version of the Y-Wing. And then if you go up another shelf, this is kind of like the dual sets. So there's Snoke's throne room, Palpatine's arrest, and then duel on Geonosis. And then over here, this one is a little bit random, but like there's the Lars Homestead, ARC 170, Snowtrooper Battle Packs, a Z95 Headhunter. I was going to say ARC 170 again. Z95 Headhunter and the Wampa Cave on Hoth. And then this is the huts. So there's Yoda's hut, Luke's hut in the back, as well as 2 of Obi-Wan's huts and the land speeders that come in that set. And then this is a Mos Eisley Cantina. It's one of the smaller versions of the set. Duel on Mandalore is kind of shoved to the back a little bit. Duel on Mandalore. And then this X-Wing, I have no idea where that X-Wing is from. But yeah, it's there. And then this is also from a battle pack. This shelf here, we've got a Mandalorian speeder, Kylo Ren's TIE Fighter. This is actually a custom TIE Striker that was created from the pieces of the newest TIE Fighter. And then Luke's X-Wing from Dagobah, as well as the Republic version of the V-Wing. And then the top shelf here, there is the Imperial, what is this? Something Marauder, troop transport, whatever it is. As well as Maz Kanata's castle in the back. The armory right here. You can kind of see it behind the TIE Fighters. Some micro-scale TIE Fighters. Here's the Imperial version of the V-Wing. And then a couple 501st battle packs, as well as an AT-RT in the middle. And again, this shelf here, same thing as this one. There's a little bit of method to the madness. So right here is the Jedi Cruiser. I don't really know much about that ship, to be honest. I got that in a collection haul as well, and then on top of that is the Sith Infiltrator. That's actually my brother's, but he figured he would just throw it down here with everything else. Both of Kylo Ren's shuttles, as well as a Geonosian starship. Then there is the Hailfire droid from a few years ago, as well as the Sith TIE Fighter. I was going to say Jedi TIE Fighter, which is just totally wrong. Here is kind of the droids, tanks, and shuttles and ships. So we've got 2 Tri-Fighters, both versions of the Tri-Fighters that came out, the one from 2005, and then the newer version, as well as the roly-poly thing that General Grievous has on Utapau in Episode 3. I was going to say the first version of the Vulture droid, but this is not. The first version of the Vulture droid is brown, but there's a Vulture droid. This one is also from 2005. And then a few AATs, as well as a Corporate Alliance tank droid, as you can see right there in the back. And then a few battle droid speeders that have broken and are kind of in pieces a little bit. Going down one level here, we've got 2 different versions of the Millennium Falcon, and then a 3rd Playscale version right there. This is the second Y-Wing that I was talking about earlier, and I believe that this is the newer version that comes with like Moroff and Admiral Raddus and the Rogue One squad. This is a newer version of the Vulture droid, which of course looks much better. And then there is a droid bomber in the back there. And this is all of the Jedi Starfighters and starships, so, Jedi Interceptors, starships. So Anakin's Interceptor in the back, and then Obi-Wan's, as well as Yoda's, and then a different version of Anakin's up front. And then for Starfighters, there's Mace Windu's, Obi-Wan's, Anakin's, Saesee Tinn's, Obi-Wan's, and then Anakin's again. And then down one more level, there are both of Jabba's sail barges. Super happy that I have both of those, simply because for the price that they are, I probably wouldn't buy them today. I would just buy the minifigures, because there are some expensive minifigures that come in these sets. Yeah, for the price that they are, I probably wouldn't buy them at the resale value. So I'm glad that I have both of them, because I'd never buy them otherwise. And then an MTT right here, which is missing the front circle panel. And then the 20th anniversary Anakin's pod racer right there. And then this last shelf is just kind of, again, a hodgepodge of everything. So you've got another Z95 Headhunter. I have 3 of those. There's one right there as well. But second Z95 Headhunter, as well as an ARC 170, a A-Wing, and then an X-Wing, as well as an AT-AP. And then moving over here, I have 2 of the pirate tanks from the Clone Wars. This is the ship that came with Hondo Ohnaka. And then 3 of the Imperial hover tanks. And then this is like this isn't a microfighter, but it was like Poe Dameron's X-Wing that came out a few years ago. And then obviously the UCS Millennium Falcon, as well as that playscale version that I talked about earlier. What I wanted to kind of do was, on this table, have my UCS sets along with their playscale version as well. So obviously the Venator is right there. I'll switch it in and out with my background that I have. And there is the Star Destroyer right there. So I'll switch those out every once in a while for my podcast, just to have a change of scenery a little bit. And then, of course, the UCS Star Destroyer, which is a ship that just totally commands a room. This is the carbon freezing chamber set that came out a few years ago, as well as the UCS Razor Crest, and then the playscale version right next to it. And then the 2002 Cloud City set. This is the original set. I got it when I was a kid and threw it into a bin, and I've been slowly but surely piecing it back together. You can see I'm still missing some pieces here, and basically have sorted through all of the bins. So I'm at the point now where I need to just go on Bricklink and order the extra parts that I'm missing. And then, like I mentioned earlier, some snow speeders here, as well as the Disney Castle. And then the last set is the Daily Bugle right here. And of course, I changed what it says on top to the Lego layer instead of the Daily Bugle, just to make it a little bit unique. So then over here, this is kind of the background for where I'm making most of my videos for ELPN, all that stuff. So obviously you got, the Crown Royal right there. And then Imperial Shuttle Tidarium, we've got the Slave 1, AT-AT, ATST, and then the ATST that goes with the Endor Bunker. This was a little mock that I made for Brick Fair, Virginia this past year, and behind it are just a few Endor sets that I've acquired throughout the years, as well as a Geonosian cannon type thing. And then, like I mentioned earlier, we've got the Star Destroyer, as well as like this Death Star ball thing. Classic ATST for like the +4 kids, as well as the Dark Trooper attack set. Both of the Slave 1s, Jango and Boba. So over here I have both of the Death Stars. I actually shot this one with a Nerf gun on ELPN, so I still have to kind of finish putting it back together. Right here I've got some Amazon gift messages, which is cool. Boba Fett's helmet. This is the one and only helmet build that I have. I'm not a huge fan of them, and like several of the other sets that I don't know or don't really love, I bought this in a whole collection haul. And then we've got Mando's N1 Starfighter, as well as Boba Fett's Starship, Slave 1. And both of these are on Game Face display stands. They also come with things to put the minifigures on. I just have them down there for right now for room's sake, because I did want to put this. This is another mock that I've been working on slowly but surely, and it's the cover photo for the Skywalker Saga. So I've collected all of the minifigures necessary for this set, except for Lando Calrissian. I do have a couple different versions of Lando, but the version in this picture is the one from the Betrayal on Cloud City, which is about $180, and I just haven't had that at the top of the priority list when it comes to Lego shopping. But you can see all of the other minifigures as well as a couple additions. There's Cool Guy Dom and Liz from Lego Masters, which is pretty cool. So they get a shout out in the, I'm pretty sure actually in the cover photo of Skywalker Saga, they're in there. They might just be behind like a rock or something like that. And then down here, this is one of the only Lego sets in the Lego layer that is not Star Wars, and of course it is the DeLorean from Back to the Future. I also have the extra wheels right there. Then over here are a bunch of speeder bikes as well as Luke's X-Wing on a Game Face display stand. We've got the Republic fighter tank that came out last year, as well as an AT-AP, and then the Rebel U-Wing with the character encyclopedia and the prototype Boba Fett still sealed inside, which is pretty cool. I don't know. I might take him out eventually, but I just haven't come to it yet. Put in the comments, should I open him up or just keep him sealed? And then down here is another Republic fighter tank. This is actually, I think this is the first version of the Republic fighter tank that came out, and it's missing some pieces. So just like Cloud City, I'm just gonna have to get onto Bricklink and order those at some point. And then another Luke's Land Speeder. I feel like the Luke's Land Speeders, they're just kind of scattered throughout the Lego layer. And an ATST. This is the one from The Mandalorian. This Y-Wing here, this is the same version from Rogue One. I was thinking Star Wars Rebels. From Rogue One, that comes with Moroff and all of those characters. So I have 2 of those. And then this is a Christmas card that I got from Madison. Oh no! From Madison, the Mandalorian, which is very nice. And I thought it was pretty funny. Humbug on the naughty list. And then the last little shelf here has Trouble on Tatooine, Anakin's Jedi Starfighter, and another AT-ST. So there it is. That is the full and complete tour of the Lego layer. You got to see the minifigures in the last video, and in this one you got to see the sets. I plan on doing a video like this every single year to kind of give you an update of what the Lego layer looks like, and there will be a playlist so you can check it out year after year. But go ahead and comment what was your favorite set that you saw in the Lego layer, and also what's your favorite set that you own in your collection currently. While you're at it, make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one, and as always, keep building.